Hey guys, welcome back here to another episode of Inspired Minds. Please welcome Adriaan-Jack Booysen. And the brother?
Good morning, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself?
Thank you for having me.
Anytime, brother. It's always a pleasure having on any guest here.
Awesome.
A platform just to share your story and inspire people.
Cool.
So, welcome everyone. We are walking through what we are and what it is that you guys are doing at the moment.
Okay, my name is Adriaan-Jack Booysen and I'm 39 years old. Originally from Stellenbosch. 7 years married to a wonderful wife and have 3 beautiful kids. And I'm the only thorn of 5 roses. I have 5 sisters. So yeah, and I grew up in Stellenbosch and like I said, I moved to Stellenbosch 7 years ago when I got married. I'm working for an electronics company, manufacturing company, which builds and supply power quality analyzers. So yeah, and I'm a logistics storeman manager. So yeah, for the last 5 years. So yeah, that's basically what I'm currently doing.
Yeah. And where did everything start for you? Your table tennis? Yeah, where did everything start?
It started when I attended school in Montana. It's a school for physical disabled. The school's name is Astra.
Okay.
And I was like 9, 10 years old, and I was like into a lot of different sports like swimming, track and field, like different events within the sport. And then I saw one of my friends that was playing with this older friend of mine, and he was playing table tennis, and I was like fascinated. And I was like, yo, wow, this is quiet, this is cool. But this is the ball on the table, a small table, piece of bat in your hand, and you just do your thing, and the way they play so fast, and it was just intriguing. So I tried it out. The first SS I went to, I was really young. I think I was 10, 11 years old for swimming, and I went for swimming, but my eye was on the table. And he invited me for one day to come and practice with him and see if I like it. And try it out once, and then the rest is history. So it all happened when I was at Astra School in Montana.
So, and I know I've played table tennis as well, and my dad always told me, hand and eye coordination, especially when you're playing. So share with everyone the importance of that.
For an able-bodied person, it's more better to describe or to show you how it is really working. But for a para player like myself, because I'm not moving that much on the table, I'm standing and I'm relying on my reaction to the ball, my risk, the position where I'm standing. So it's important for me standing in the middle of the table. I have access to the forehand, I have access to the backhand, but the movement is very limited as the able-bodied person. And the eye coordination, I'm always focused on not in the person who's the one playing. I'm looking at his hands, I'm looking at the way he holds his back, the way he throws the balls up. I'm always focused on the ball. The moment you make contact with the ball, I've like 80–70% idea what he's doing with the ball. So the moment it travels, while it travels, it loses what he did to it already. So the moment it gets to me, I let it slow down till the last minute, and then I play it. So I'm low. The lower you are, and you can look over the net, that's the best way to actually know what the ball does and how fast the ball does come to you. You understand? So eye and hand coordination is very important, but it's also about practicing a lot. Consistency, like you practice your shots, you practice how to move and what to look for in your reaction time. So it's a lot of practice that goes into that per se.
Yeah. And describe the feeling of being 19 years. Describe.
Look. Just I was playing for table tennis till the age of 16 years old. And I've moved away from Astra to Stellenbosch, went to a normal school, just to give you an idea what the feeling, understand? So after 24 years, 23 years of not playing table tennis, I'm back in table tennis in 2018. So I went to the essays that same year, and it was a bad experience for all of us that went to the essays, and we came home with nothing, and we all was despondent, and we were angry, and for the reason, for good reason. But in 2019 I said to my team, guys, this is going to be a different year for us. This year, I promise you, if you put in the work with me, like practice enough, be dedicated, be committed, be devoted, do what you need to do to be successful, but get your mindset right. Forget about the 2018, get your mindset right. Now for 2019, go with that attitude that I was born to be a winner. I was born to stand out. God said, you're the head and not the tail, you understand? So in 2019, it was the most awesome year ever for us. Bringing a lot of gold home, a lot of medals home. It was amazing. Seeing myself and my teammates on the podium receiving medals, wearing Cape Town table tennis all the time, and the other provinces cheering for us, and they actually looking up to us because we are so organized and so, like, we are people's person. I mean, we out there, we helping them, even coaching them while they play. So that was amazing. Bringing gold home, seeing my name or hearing my name being called out, seeing Eastern Cape is there, 2 of Eastern Cape players is there, and I'm sitting there. Now it's my turn to go up. You understand? They're both green colors, and I'm the only one that has the Cape Town table tennis colors on. And I said to one of my friends, you see, we standing up because we are meant to be like this.
Yep.
So it's the best feeling ever to bring so much medals home. You see the joy on families' faces. For me, to see the joy of the parents of the juniors, it's just amazing. For me, it's about me, but it's not really about me. Because I've achieved it. I've made it work for me. But I'm not sure for how long I'm going to play. But for these youngsters, I mean, they can do this over and over because they're young and they can still go far in the sport. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it's incredible.
And what kept you going in times of tough? Because I know every player, sportsman goes through trials and errors, you know, there's always speed bumps that's coming your way. So how do you go about it?
It's a good question. For a disabled person, I must say, growing up as a disabled person, to be a bit more on a personal level, it's challenging, man. It's a challenge on its own already. And every day, if you grow up with that mentality of you are disabled, and you just see the disability in front of you the whole time, and people looking at you with that attitude, that you are different, that becomes part of you, man. And then you starting to think less of yourself, man. And then you're pushing yourself, like, why can't I do this, man? Why can't I play soccer like these kids, and why can't I play cricket like these kids, and why can't I do this and do that? And then you're starting to accept the fact that you can't do anything. So then it's just difficult, and then you're accepting it, and you're starting to doubt yourself all the time, over and over, and you're starting to feel depressed. You're starting to feel lonely. You're starting to feel that you're not worth it. You're starting to feel like, what's the reason why I'm here, man? Everybody's getting up in the morning, go to school. People is getting up to go to work. People is like, they're driving the cars, and the kids are happy outside, and me, myself, laying in this house, can't do nothing. And then for that reason, I went into a very dark place in my life. Starting to blame my family, starting to blame my mom and dad, and literally I starting to be rebel, and I started going to a different environment of my life, starting to get friends in the wrong places. And then one day, other friend of mine actually asked me, what do you want to do?
That's
you understand? What do you want to do with yourself, man? Because he always came to our house and he just come sit there and just have a coffee or drink or whatever. And then he saw me just sitting there and he asked me, what do you want to do? Because I always hear him moaning about things. But what do you want to do? And I said, anything as long as I have a reason to get up in the morning. So he actually invited me to come with me. I have a sound business and whatever. Come with me and see if maybe you like this, the music industry and whatever. So from that day when I started to go out with him, I started to feel purpose and getting that feeling back of being a human. And then my mom always reminded me, my boy, I know you're angry at us, but this is something that God decided that you must be in this situation. So at the end of the day, you need to decide if you can keep on being like this, you're going to keep on blaming us for what is happening to you or happened to you, or you're going to pick yourself up and say, listen, I was born in the future.
Make something out of my life.
Yes. So my faith starting to kick in, my beliefs starting to kick in, the support of my friends starting to kick in, the support of my mommy, my parents, my sisters starting to kick in, and from that day onwards, it's just the faith. And I mean, my wife knows I went through a lot before I met her, and even then, the support that she gave me, the support that the kids gave me, it just lifted me up, man. Because you can't go to war, army can't go to, a general can't go to war alone. Yeah, you need support to win the battle. So the support I got, it was more than enough for me. I mean, the word of God every day, even just a song or just a scripture or somebody just shouting, God bless my friend, or other my brother, that helped a lot. So my faith at the end of the day, to give you an answer, it's faith.
And you know, Adriaan, I had a guy on my podcast as well, Caleb Matombo.
I saw that clip,
He's going with me hiking straight after this. I told him, brother, you're coming with me?
That's nice.
No matter how you will struggle, I'll be there with you.
Do you know what, just to it sounds very funny, but when I was 16 years old, I was, I attended a course at church for leadership. So they went hiking in Jongo, a mountain there by us in Stellenbosch. And it was a hiking trail. I thought it was a walking trail, just like normal path. So the normal path started, and later on it started to be a little bit steep and the big rocks and stuff. So my one friend said to me, brother, you will come with us, even though I have to carry you over a rock all the time. You're going to make it to the top. I promise you, it took forever to get to the top. But the way I got there made me realize that life is just like that. You need to overcome whatever is in front of you. Don't go around it. Don't go try to just turn around and walk away. Every stumbling block in your life in front of you, every mountain you see in front of you, just take it on one step at a time. Don't do it on your own strength. You have the support of your family, you have the support of loved ones, but you also have God on your side. And if you say, Lord, just give me one more step. And all those steps that I took that day, I was standing on top of the mountain, was looking over the Jongershoek mountains. I was saying, yeah, this is amazing. At 16 years old, I think I was more able to move around then, but it was amazing. So yeah, I like the idea that that guy is going with you.
Yeah, and you know, I've realized also how much we need to appreciate life and our body. And that's what I always say to anyone that want to work on themselves. Start with walking, start with anything but move your body. Just to show appreciation also to God, you know? That's so important. And describe the mindset you needed to develop in order to move forward, you know, to have that resilience.
Do you know, the mindset is the mind is a tricky thing that make you or break you. But there are days that you feel, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to give up. I don't want to move around anymore. My mind tell my body, you're tired, you're weak, you're lazy, man. Like that. But you have to have the right attitude, man. You have to push yourself. I have to remind myself that you can't lay here, you can't just stuck here in this position the way you are now. I told her last night, normally in the week, now that I'm at my parents, I'm up and going. It's like I'm doing everything for myself basically, but when I'm at home, my wife does it for me, or the kids help me. I'm always laying on the bed. If it's not in the bed, it's on the bed. So, but to push myself, I need to remind myself, dude, you have a family to look after. You have to move, otherwise your limbs will starting to lose the strength in it, the power that you have, it's going to fade away. The abilities that you have now will fade away. So you have to remind yourself, listen, I'm better than my situation now, my current situation. And I'm better than my physicality.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it's difficult, my friend, to have a positive mindset when everything is just starting to fall apart. So, yeah, so it's difficult.
And what advice would you love to give to upcoming better table tennis players out there? What advice would you like to give to them?
If I would give advice, I would say, look, I know it's difficult to be in a disadvantaged situation like your physicalities. And I have a junior that plays under me. He don't have arms, he has arms, but the storm is like they call it. No legs. He's got a piece of hand with no fingers, just a short piece of thumb, short piece of finger. He's playing table tennis. So, if he can do it, what stop you to do something for yourself that you would love to do? So if I would tell you to, if I can give you advice, go for what you love. If you can dream it, then go for it. If you want to achieve it, go for it. But dreams without goals is just dreams. You have to put the work in to get where you want to be. I mean, it's not easy, but it's never easy. Life will never give you what you want. You have to go out to go get it yourself. So there's so many ways to become or to get involved in things that you are passionate about. It's just for you to take the first step and keep on doing it. If you fall, like you said, if you fall, you stand up again. The babies fall and you stand up again. So I would say, go for it. Put everything that you got into it, and just keep the faith. You understand? Pray about it and trust God that He will take you through the whole process, and you will become that person. You will achieve what you want to achieve. But it's just like you need to have the right attitude. You need to have the willingness to go for it.
Yep.
And that is what I would tell. Go for it. Don't give up. Don't let anyone take your joy from you. Don't let anyone tell you you're weak or you're not worthy to be here. Don't let anyone take the person that God created you to be. Don't let anyone rob you from that, and the joy that you have. Don't let anyone take that from you. Have the attitude that I was born to stand out. I wasn't born to fit in. I was born to stand out. Everybody has some kind of disability.
Yep.
It can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be mental.
If it were your last day on earth, what message would you love to bring across to the world or to the country if it was your last day on earth?
Like you said, every day should live like it's your last day. But if it was my last day, I will spread the word like, always be kind. It doesn't cost a cent to be kind. It doesn't cost you nothing to be kind to the next person. Live your life to be a positive influence on the next person, on the next guy. Understand what I'm saying? So, and love one another the way God loves us. Just put it out there, like, just live your life so that then the other guy that walks past you would even want to have a glimpse of that. Make a difference like that. If you have the ability today to tell somebody that I love you. You don't know that, you don't have to know that person, but I love you, brother. God bless, or just be kind. Kindness, it goes a long way. You have no idea what influence you will have on that person looking at you, listening to you, hearing you. Even though if it's 10 years later, that specific moment of your life, on that day, on that place where you act, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, made a massive difference 10 years later in this guy's life. I mean, if I can do that for one person, I would have achieved my goal. You understand? Then it's another medal in my cabinet. You understand what I'm saying? So be kind, be good, be honest about who you are. Carry yourself with pride. Not pride just because, but pride in I'm me. God created me. I am that person. Don't worry about your shortcomings. Don't worry about what you're not, don't have and all that. Just be good to another person. I mean, then the world will be better.
100%. I can't agree more. And that is something, especially compassion.
Yes.
Being more patient.
Most definitely is.
And you know, patience is another thing. That's a whole other topic.
Yes, most definitely.
And I see it's how we see things, it's a perception.
Yes.
And you know, there is, like they say, and I saw something, the ocean is like life. The surfer needs to adapt itself to the waves. Not the waves adapt itself to the surfer.
Exactly.
And life is like that. We need to adapt ourselves to life. And no, 100%.
Most definitely. So, yeah, this time, if you have some compassion and share it, if you have love to share, everybody's got it. You just have to be that person for the inside.
Speaking about love, what role does your wife play in your life?
Sure, this woman brought me back into the game. She heard me all these years when we started your relationship, even in the beginning already. She heard me speaking about the things. And over the years, 6 years married into it, and she saw a post. And she was actually more excited to come home to tell me, listen, I've got something, here's something at the service center here down the road. It's about table tennis, let's go check it out. It's a community thing. The way my wife plays a role in my life, sure, she is my better half in every way. She uplifts me every day, all the time. Reminds me that I'm an amazing husband, I'm an amazing father to the kids, I'm an amazing person. Kids look up to you, people look up to you, able-bodied people look up to you. They want to be you, the way you are, with the way you carry yourself. And she reminds me constantly that I must stay the way I am, just be you. You understand? She gives me the support I need to remind me every day again, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the way you are, the way you go to work every day for us and for our family. I can't see myself not having being away for a week every week from it's like there's something missing in this life. But still the support is there, the support comes over the WhatsApps, over the phone calls, just reminding me I love you, my baby, I love you the way you are, just to enjoy your day or stay focused. Do your best, you only can do so much, but do your best. So my wife is a massive support, even in my sports. Whatever I do, she always supports.
And I've always seen, love, God is love, first of all.
Yes, of course.
So imagine we can all love one another,
It all depends on you. People is using love so easily, but I think they have their own ideas what love is. I mean, if you talk about true love, is the when God decided He was going to give His Son up for us. That is love. That is pure love.
Pure.
You weren't even born yet. You understand? And He did it for you, for years to come, for the next guy, for the next child who's going to be born today. it's for him also, for her also, and that's love. If we can only have a glimpse of it, a piece of that, the world will be so much better. So much better.
And everything starts with ourselves.
Ourselves, if you love yourself, if you accept yourself for who you are, and if you're happy with yourself, then you can share that with the next person. But if you are hard or you don't love yourself, then how can you love somebody else? You need to learn how to love yourself first.
So before I ask my last question, where can everyone find you on social media?
So you can find me on Facebook. You can find on Instagram with all my names. You can just type in my name, Adriaan or Adriaan Booysen, you will find me there. But I'm not a social media per se person. On WhatsApp even, you can find me there. Facebook is probably the main social area that you can find me. Yeah, but they can even WhatsApp me if they want to make contact with me through my club, through the Western Palm Table Tennis, Cape Town Table Tennis. So yeah, you can find me anywhere if they want to.
Awesome. What's the biggest lesson you've learned in your life so far?
I think it's patience. I lack it. Sometimes I lack it. I'm still learning every day about how to be patient and self-control. That's your. I get very quick irritated and I worked up very quickly, and I think over these years being married to Mari, she have taught me a different side of being me. Understand? Self-control. I was like she says, I'm very arrogant and I'm very fast and I don't like people touching me unnecessarily. I don't like people in my space. You know. So self-control and patience is something that I've learned, and how to be human. Understand? How to be, like you said, compassion to the next person. So yeah, that is me. I'm still learning a lot of things in life. Being a physical disabled person is something that it's a challenge on its own, but being amongst other people that's not in the same physicalities, it brings the other person out of you. You understand? We as disabled people, we're very fast. We don't like, we're irritated, we get angry quickly and all that. And this is stuff that I've learned over these years, with in the last 8 years. Compassionate and self-control, watch what you're saying, your thinking, my mindset, all this stuff I've learned over the couple of years now. And being in sport, yeah, respect, discipline, all those stuff starting to kick in when I started to be involved with Cape Town Table Tennis again and with my club, leadership, all the stuff. That's the stuff that I've started to get back into my life. I mean, order, rules and all that stuff. That is stuff that one must have. So yeah, that is what I've learned now, the lessons over the couple of years that I'm in the sport, being married to a beautiful woman like Mari. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Chuck, my friend.
Thanks so much.
No problem.
Thank you for coming on to Inspired Minds, and thank you for sharing your story.